Hi, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you how to crochet this cute granny square sweater, or as I call it, the granny sweater. It's a super easy sweater to make, so this will be an easy breezy tutorial. Let's jump right into it. So for this sweater, you can use any kind of yarn you want. I'm using all my leftover scrap yarn. So this is the first panel. You're making two identical front and back panels first, so I've made one, and see they're all different weights and kinds of yarn because I'm just doing something a little different and crazy, but you can use any weight you want and any hook size, whatever your yarn calls for, whatever you like. I'm using a 6mm crochet hook, but yeah, so that's really all you need, plus some scissors and a darning needle. So let's just jump right in. The front and back panels of this sweater are essentially just really big granny squares. So I'll show you how I like to make my granny square. You're gonna start with a magic ring, which I have a really simple method for. You're just gonna put your yarn like this between your thumb and your finger, and you're gonna wrap it around. And then you're gonna take that, pull it over, and then pull that over. And then insert your hook and flip it, and you're gonna chain 3. So pull that through, then chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And this counts as your first double crochet. And now you're gonna do 2 more double crochets into the magic ring. So you do that by yarning over. Here, I'll show you the double crochet. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through the ring, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops. And you're gonna do that again. So this counts as 3 double crochets. Now chain 1 and do another group of 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3. Then do that same thing again, chain 1, 3 double crochets, 2, 3, and one more time, chain 1, 3 double crochets. And now you're gonna chain 1 and slip stitch into the top of this chain 3 that you started with. So find the 3rd chain, 1, 2, 3, insert your hook into that chain. Okay, and then yarn over and pull through all the loops on your hook, and that is a slip stitch. And that is your first row. So I'm gonna do the next row in this same color. I'll show you how I'm gonna switch colors next, but you can change colors whenever you want to in your sweater. But I'm gonna do the next one in the same color. So start by chaining 3. 1, 2, 3. And that counts as your first double crochet. And you're gonna do 2 double crochets into this space. So 1, 2. Just like that. And then you're gonna yarn over and you're gonna do 3 double crochets into the next chain 1 space. So skipping these stitches, you're gonna do 3 double crochets into this space. And then you're gonna chain 1 and you're gonna do 3 more double crochets in the same space. And so this counts as our corner. Anytime we chain 1 and do 3 more in the same space, it's a corner stitch. And so that was our corner stitch. So now we're gonna do another corner stitch. Since this is only the 2nd row, they're all pretty much gonna be corner stitches. So you're gonna yarn over and do another corner stitch into the next chain 1 space. So start with 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, do 3 more double crochets in the same chain 1 space. 1, 2, And then we've got another corner space. So let's yarn over, do 3 double crochets into this chain 1 space. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, 3 more double crochets in the same space. 1, 2, 3, and now we're going to finish this corner one. So we're going to do 3 double crochets into this space. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, and slip stitch into the 3rd chain of this chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, we're going to slip stitch into this chain. And that's row 2. And this is where I want to switch colors. So if you don't want to, you can just chain 3 and continue working. I'll show you what to do next, but I'm gonna go ahead and switch my colors. So I'm gonna cut my yarn. I like to pull my yarn through as like a chain to secure it. And I'm gonna grab my next color, which I'm going to use this soft white yarn. How I like to switch colors is I like to go into the opposite corner just so that it doesn't look wonky in this corner if I'm always switching in the same corner. So I just put my hook through into the chain 1 space, and then I do a slip knot, which you do by twisting your yarn like this and pulling it through. And I place that on my hook and I pull that through, and I just chain 3. So you're gonna chain 3, and you're gonna chain 3 and do the same thing no matter if you switch colors or not. So switch whenever you want to. They're all gonna start with a chain 3 in a corner anyway. So do 2 double crochets because that chain 3 counted as your first double crochet. Sorry. So there's 1. There's 2, and now we're gonna do 3 double crochets here and then a turning stitch or a corner stitch. So it's gonna be the same thing every row. So right now we've got right here, we're gonna do 3 double crochets into this stitch because it's not a turning one, a corner one. And then we're gonna do 3, chain 1, 3 more in this one because it is a corner one. So I'll show you what that looks like. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, 3 double crochets, and now for a corner we're going to do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. We're going to chain 1 and do 3 more into the same chain 1 space. 1, 2, 3, and you're just going to continue that all the way around. I'll meet you at the end, but you're just going to do 3 double crochets in right here, and then 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets here, all the way around. And when you get to the end, you're once again going to do 3 double crochets in this last space, chain 1, and slip stitch into the 3rd chain of your starting chain. Slip stitch, and that's your 3rd row. And I'm once again going to change colors now, so I'm going to cut my yarn and pull it through. And it's going to basically be the same process for the rest of it. I'm going to switch corners, attach my yarn the same way I did before, chain 3, do 3 double crochets, then you're going to do 3 double crochets in this space, 3 double crochets in this place, and then a corner stitch here. So 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, 3 double crochets, 3 double crochets. So it's really just repeating for the rest of the time now. So I don't really need to show you another round because now you know anytime you get to the corner, you just 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, and then 3 double crochets, 3 double crochets. So it's gonna multiply every time. How many? Like 3 double crochets, 3 double crochets, whereas this one only had one thing of 3 double crochets. I hope that makes sense. Just continue that until you have the size of your front and back panels you want. I made mine pretty oversized. I'll show you here in 0.5. Yeah, I made it pretty big. And so however big you want your sweater to be, basically shoulder to shoulder is the front and back panel, but if you want it oversized, make it bigger than that. So make 2 panels that are identical. I'm making mine not identical for fun, but the same color palette. And then I will show you how to combine them and make the sleeves. So now we are going to combine the front and the back panels, and this is where you're gonna need your darning needle, and stitch markers also come in handy. So here, this space is going to be your neck hole. So determine how big you need it to get over your head, or how, if you want it off the shoulder or whatever. And then we're gonna stitch up along here using a mattress stitch. So just count an even number of stitches on both sides. And stitch up the same amount on both sides. So I'll show you on one side how we're going to stitch it up, and then just do the same thing on both sides. So grab your darning needle or yarn needle or whatever it's called, and just going to thread it. And the stitch is called a mattress stitch. This is what I use to join granny squares all the time. It's just my personal favorite look. So I'm going to start with this chain 1 space at the corner, and you're going to go up through the back loop. So just go up and pull that through, and then find the same stitch on the other side, chain 1 space right there, and you're going to go up through the loop on that side. And I just choose, if you did different colors like me, one of these colors, and it should be pretty much unable to see, invisible. And you're just going to do that literally all the way up. So I'm going to go up through the back loop of the next stitch and find the same stitch on my other panel and go up through the stitch over there. And I just pull it tight every now and then find the next one. And just keep going till you get to your stitch marker. And then once you get to your stitch marker, here, you can just take it out and weave this end back in, cut this end and weave it in as well, and then do the exact same thing on the other side, and you'll have made your neck hole. And it just makes this nice little stitch. It's just nice and clean looking. I love a good mattress stitch. So yeah, just keep doing that, and then I'll show you how to do the sleeves next. So once you've connected this on both sides, now we're going to start on the sleeves. So first, measure around your arm how loose you want your sleeve to be, and we're going to make this sleeve panel kind of going this way. So we're working, yeah, right here. So I put a stitch marker where I want it to start. I lost my other stitch marker, so I'm just going to count that many and work that many on this side too, so that it's even. But this is where I'm starting. So first you're just going to do a slip knot, excuse me, and insert your hook where you want to start, just right in between those. Place that on your hook, pull it through, and chain 3. And now I'm just gonna do 3 double crochets into the next one. So we're just gonna kind of leave this there as its own little big triple crochet, and we'll get back to that. But now you're just going to do 3 double crochets in each little space. So go to the next space, do 3 more double crochets until you get to your stitch marker. So your first row is just doing these pretty much all the way down. When you get to the end of this row where your stitch marker is, you're just going to do 1 triple crochet into that space where the stitch marker is. So just like you started with 1 chain 3, that counts as a triple crochet over here, you're gonna do 1 triple crochet and then chain 3 and turn your work. And that was the first row of your sleeves. And now I'm going to start by doing 2 triple crochets into this space right here. So that chain 3 counts as your first double crochet. 3 double crochets total. 1, 2, 3, because this counts as 1. And you're just going to work all the way down, doing 3 double crochets in each space, just like before. When you get to the end of that row, you're just going to do 3 double crochets in that last space where you had your chain 3, and then you're going to chain 3 and turn your work. And the rest of the sleeve panel is basically going to be repeating the first and second row. So you're going to chain 3, and then that's going to be the same as this chain 3 at the beginning, kind of. So you're going to do 3 double crochets into this space. And you're going to work 3 double crochets in each space all the way down again. And when you get to the end, you're just going to do 1, you're going to have this 3 double crochets and then do 1 double crochet. So same way you ended over here with 1 double crochet. And I'll show you that at the end of this row as well, and then you can just repeat those rows for the rest of the sleeve panel. So once you get to the end of that row, you've done your last 3 double crochets in that cluster. I'm just going to work in between this chain and these 2 double crochets and do 1 double crochet. And then I'm about to change colors, but you'll just chain 3, turn your work, and repeat what you did for row 2, for row 4, and then what you did for row 3 for the next row. And you're just repeating those 2 rows for the rest of the panel until you get the length that you want. So once you have crocheted your sleeve panels, this is what your sweater should look like. Now we're going to stitch it all up. So fold it over like this. See, now we're starting to see the shape of the sweater. And you're going to stitch up here and here to make it, a sweater, and then stitch up here and here. And you can do something similar to the mattress stitch we did up here, so yeah, do the mattress stitch here when you're joining, but then here it's going to be the side of double crochet. So I just do 2 stitches in each double crochet, trying to keep it lined up. Still doing kind of the mattress stitch method, but it's not going to be clearly in stitches, so just in the sides of your double crochets, keeping it as lined up as possible. And that's it! Congratulations on making your own granny sweater! I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and found it helpful, and if you did, feel free to like and subscribe for more crochet tutorials and crochet content in general. I upload weekly, so yeah. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!